everybody, welcome back to Jessica's Reading Room. My name is Kim and we're here with our April monthly wrap-up video, basically what Kim read in the month of April. I do apologize for not having a March wrap-up video. It was a weird month, weird stuff happened, therefore the video didn't happen, but we're here this month, yay! And unfortunately, I don't have like a super huge pile of books for you, because even though I was at the beach, not a whole heck of a lot of reading has gotten done this month. I'm actually really freaked out because I went to look on my Storygraph reading progress for my yearly challenge, and it says that I'm right on track. Like normally I'm a good 3-4 books ahead of schedule, but now I'm like apparently right on schedule, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's only April. That usually doesn't happen until like September. So it's just odd. So, but that's okay, because we're still reading, and let me tell you what I read for the month of April, shall I? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books. Not too bad. First, we'll go ahead and start with The Witches of Harbor by C.N.B. Clayton. I got this because I believe it was Yami got me the second book in this series, Hex, except I didn't think she realized it was the second book in the series, and I'm not entirely sure if it's the second book in the series. All I know is that this is a prequel, so I wanted to read it first. So I was like, okay, let's just go ahead and read it first. It was really good. Like, I can't wait to read the next book. She has this way of she burrows into my brain, and she writes all these great stories that I just really, really love. So, plus this cover. I mean, I think it might have to be in the next tournament, which is coming up soon. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, next we have the next in the Prime Mating Agency series, I Married a Merman by Regine Abel. This was another buddy reads with Becky over at Becky Reads. I think it's just called Becky Reads. She has a YouTube channel. She has her Instagram, and she now has this new line of merch from Etsy, which I'm already working on collecting a bunch because they're fantastic. Anyways, so we read the next book in the series about a water world where there are mer people and sexy mer people, and oh my gosh, and she has to marry one of them because her lungs were giving out, and she had to move to a water world where she met this fine man. And they fell in love, and it was just pretty typical of this series where it was just really enjoyable to read, and we really liked it. So there you go. All right. Then we have my yearly reading of The Historian by Elizabeth Kostova. I mean, listen, if you guys have followed me before, you know this is my favorite book of all time. I read it every year. I read it every year, and I read it again this year, and it was friggin' brilliant. And now I want to go traveling in Europe again. As if the travel bug didn't hit me before, it really hit me while I was reading this. If you haven't read it, you probably should. Though not everyone should. This is not an everyone book. If you don't like history, like in any way, and you don't like weird historical details, you probably won't like this book. Which is okay. It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. But everyone should try reading it. Okay. All right. I don't know what's going on. Okay. I can't take any responsibility for the things that I say. Y'all know this. It's not like you haven't watched my videos before. You know how I am and how I just don't ever make any sense. That's just welcome to my life. Okay. So then, all right. So there's a little bit of backstory. Not so much about the books themselves, but the process of getting the book. Okay, all right. Sorry about that. Phone started acting up. Anyway, so these books, while this month we actually got to go visit Sanibel Island, Captiva Island, and Fort Myers, Florida. It was kind of a Kim's birthday / Ivan's fishing / the timing is perfect type trip. And you guys know what Sanibel Island means. We get to go visit Jean's bookstore, greatest bookstore ever. Okay, all right. And yes, I did pick up a whole big pile of books. You just need to go look on my Instagram, and it's all over there. I had way too much fun making reels about them, but tons and tons and tons of books. It's just kind of how it is. All right, so these last 3 are actually some of the ones that I got at Jean's. I'm currently reading another one that I got there. It's just a whole pile that I get to read through. And it shouldn't surprise you, most of them are horror. They have this really amazing horror section, so Okay, we have Your Turn to Suffer. Suffer, that was a weird way of saying it. By Tim Wagoner. I swear, guys, I think I'm losing my mind. Anyway, this one, I'd never seen this one, never heard of it, but I read the description, and it's a group of hooded figures who basically kidnap this lady, and they tell her that she needs to confess and atone or suffer. And I mean, you know, I'm a sucker for secret societies. It's just kind of, it just, you know. So I got it, and I read it, and I've written a review for it. So I'm not sure when Jessica is going to publish that review, but I have already reviewed it. So just keep an eye out. You can go read about it. And this cover, I mean, it's like super creepy. Okay. Stop being weird, because it's just okay. All right, next we have Invisible Murder by Leni Coverbowl and Yet Freeze. This is a random one that I found in the Norwegian, Scandinavian, northeast European section, you know. It mainly takes place between Hungary and Denmark. Okay, so like Central Europe. Okay. And apparently this is a second in a series, which I did not realize. I bought it because it said that these boys broke into a Soviet hospital and stole some stuff and then unleashed something on the world. So, I mean, a hospital and an unleashing, I mean, it kind of had me, you know? So I bought it and I read it, and unfortunately it was a little disappointing. Like, it was kind of wah wah. Like, I was kind of hoping for like this crazy, super nuts, apocalyptic, I don't know, bacteria that would never die unless it had, you know, came into direct contact with the sun or something like that, you know, and plus in a Soviet hospital. But it was a little disappointing. Actually, I don't think I've written the review for this one yet, so I need to do that. So stay tuned for that too, and I'll tell you a little more about it. Okay, and then last but not least, this one was a fascinating one, which I have to say, I think I'm going to have to reread it because it intrigued me. It's called Father Gaetano's Puppet Catechism by Mike Mignola and Christopher Golden. And this cover, so puppets, catechisms, it's at an orphanage. And this one was actually worth it. Like, I don't know if I got it, which means I need to reread it because I want to get it. Like, I read it and I enjoyed it. And I'm pretty sure there's like some metaphorical stuff happening, but even like without the metaphor, it was still really good. Like, it could stand on its own as just an actual literal, you know? So I'm gonna have to reread it. I really liked it, and it was like creepy and weird and intriguing, and I'm just gonna have to reread it. Because I really liked it, but I have a feeling that if I reread it and like actually concentrate on the metaphors, I'll like it even better. Make sense? You know? Okay. All right. So there we go. 6 books. That's really pathetic. I feel really bad. Like it's like I've stopped being a good book nerd, and I dislike that because it's not how it's supposed to be. You know? Anyway. Okay. So, best and worst. Okay, let's go with best of the month. Fascinating. And then we'll go worth of the month. Worst of the month. Just because it was kind of, you know what I mean? You know? I don't know. I think it's supposed to be a thumbnail thing, but I don't actually know. So I don't know what's going on. Okay? I don't know what's happening. And when I was listening before, I can't tell if there's something weird happening with the sound. If there is, I'm really sorry. I mean, it's annoying. And my nose ring is looking weird. I I need like a stress ball or something to like sit here and actually concentrate, because it's just, okay. All right. Thank you for your patience. I'm not sure if we're under 20 minutes. I think we are, because we did only have 6 books to talk about, and I realized that I go off on like weirdo rabbit trails and stuff, but I really don't think that was 20 minutes. So, you know, okay. All right. So, I would love to hear what you have been reading in the month of April. If you have any suggestions, any recommendations for either me or Jessica or me, then by all means put them down in the comments. Remember that I love cemeteries, I love insane asylums, and I love secret societies and cults. So keep that in mind and recommend away, because you know I'm all about that. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I hope everybody had an awesome April, and I hope everyone is going to have an awesome May. When the sun comes out, we can all start getting tans. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.